Greetings, dear soul. I am Crispy, a Gaian, Mayan, Pleiadian emissary of light, and welcome to Mayan Satsang with Crispy and my friend Cacao. I'm drinking to you and to open my heart chakra further to you. All right, so I am going to do a little ceremony to start things off. And I'm going to bring you over so you can see my altar and what I'm doing. I do this almost the same ceremony every time for a new client, and I always draw their Mayan birthday and their name and maybe a few things about them there, and I put it right here, and I do the ceremony. So let's do that actually. Today is the 8th tonal. Of the 19th glyph. Called Rainstorm. Now, the key elements of the Rainstorm glyph are the cloud, the eye in the cloud, the lightning, and the lake, the water cycle. And tone 8 is here. So, my client's name today is Mayan Satsang. With Crispy and Cacao. Now, of course, for a client, I take a lot more time and draw it much nicer, but there we are. This will do very nicely. I always take my sandals off and do these ceremonies barefoot. Let me check my candles. Yes, they're all fine. The cap of my sacred water container comes off. And by lighting this candle, I'm entering ceremony. By lighting this candle, I'm honoring the past wisdom guide of Keen 99. Today is Keen 99, more on that later. And I'm honoring the divine feminine in all creation by lighting this candle. By lighting this candle, I'm honoring the divine masculine in all creation. By lighting this candle, I'm honoring the future vision guide of Keen 99 and Mayan Satsang with Crispy and Cacao. Now I have to open the window because I'm going to burn sage. I wonder if you knew you have to open the window when you burn sage. Sage is to clear out any negative energy, and if you don't open the window, it's not leaving the room. By lighting this sacred sage, I am giving thanks to Mother Nature, to Goddess Sophia Gaia, and to all of the red glyphs of the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. Thank you, Imish. Thank you, Chikchan. Thank you, Muluk. Thank you, Ben. And thank you, Kaban. I thank you for your sunrise, your springtime, your element of earth, your direction of east, and our physical bodies. I receive your energies. I give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. By waving my hawk, my eagle, and all of my sacred feathers, I'm giving thanks to the white glyphs of the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. I'm also blessing you, my dear viewer, and cleansing you for what's about to occur. Thank you, Ik. Thank you, Kimi. Thank you, Ok. Thank you, Ish. And thank you, Etsnab. We thank you for your midnight, your winter, your element of air, your direction of north, and our spiritual bodies. I receive your energies. I give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. By touching the sacred water and giving thanks to the blue glyphs of the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar, thank you, Akbal. Thank you, Manik. Thank you, Chuen. Thank you, Men. And thank you, Kawak. We thank you for your sunsets, your autumn, your element of water, your direction of west, and our emotional bodies. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. By touching these sacred flames, I am giving thanks to the yellow glyphs of the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. Thank you, Khan. Thank you, Lamat. Thank you, Eb. Thank you, Kib. And thank you, Ahau. We thank you for your noon, your summer, your element of fire, your direction of south, and our thinking bodies. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today we're also giving thanks to the 13 tonal of the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. Thank you, Hun, Ka, Osh, Kan, Ho, Wak, Uk, Vajak, Bolon, Lahun, Hun Lahun, Ka Lahun, Osh Lahun. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today, we are also giving thanks to the 9 lords of Xibalba, the 9 lords of death, the 9 lords of rebirth, the 9 lords of the night, the 9 lords of dreams, the 9 lords of nightmares, the 9 lords of illness, the 9 lords of recovery, the 9 lords of the underworld, the 9 lords of Xibalba. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today I'm giving thanks to the god Itzamna, and the god Chakmul, and all of the male deities of the Mayan pantheon. I receive your energies. I give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today I'm giving thanks to the goddess Ixchel and the goddess Cacao and all of the female deities of the Mayan pantheon. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today I'm giving thanks to the divine Mayan Tzolk'in itself, whomever, wherever, and whatever you are. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. I am especially giving thanks to my spiritual father, Kinish Hanab Pakal. Thank you for watching over me and what I do. I am here to share your message of love, light, and truth. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Today I'm also giving thanks to the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya. I receive your energies. I give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. And lastly, I am giving thanks to the Hunabku, the one and only giver of movement and measure, the great central sun and black hole at the epicenter of the omniverse. The maker and modeler of all things physical and all things non-physical. The heart of earth, heart of sky, heart of humanity, Hunabku, also known as Prime, Source, Creator, Mother, Father, Godsciousness. We receive your energies. We give them to Gaia, and Gaia gives them back to you. Now, I officially declare this episode 1, first session of Mayan Satsang with Crispy and Cacao to be open. Oh, lovely. All right, so a little more cacao. It is biologically, biochemically, and experientially proven to open the heart. I'm going to share my screen and talk a little bit about today, the 27th of November, which, as I mentioned, was Keen 99. Now, how do we know that? This is one version of the Tzolk'in, the one I made with pretty blue and pink to accentuate the normal one you might have seen, which is black and white only. This is the one that's commonly shown, but there's no particular reason for those shapes to be black. We do not know what they mean anymore to the Maya. So with this numbered version, it's very easy to see where we are. This is the first day of the Tzolk'in, obviously. And here we are today. Oh, look at this down here blocking us. All right, so you won't go so big. Here we are today. Keen 99 is tone 8 of the Rainstorm glyph. The glyphs are called Nahual, or Nagual, if you want to pronounce the G, like Guatemala, but the Maya themselves say Guatemala and Nahual. So the 19th glyph and the 8th tone, what does that mean? Tone 8, bar and 3 dots. 1, 2, 3 plus 5 is 8. Now, if we look at what I call the pulse wave, it also takes more shape. It's a little easier to see. The 13-day flow of energy that's constantly progressing starts with tone 1, obviously, and we go up. Yesterday was tone 7, and today is tone 8. Tonal, the tone. And these glyphs change every time, but the tones do not. So for example, oh yes, let's go back in here. For example, with no glyphs, what we're looking at its most simple, is this. And to be honest, I am the one who received the information that the chakras should be here. The Maya do not teach it this way any longer. We're not sure if they used to, as you probably know. Let's just say 99.999% of their books were burned. Only 3 relatively complete copies remain: the Dresden Codex, the Paris Codex, and the Madrid Codex. Why are they in those 3 European cities? Why are they not back in Guatemala or Mexico? Well, who took them and who retains them is the answer to that question. They are playing naughty people. They're playing bad guy. Fine, whatever. The thing about tone 8 is that after tone 7, being on the top and 360-degree view, it's a little bit, in a way, overexposed and in a way unfocused, because there's too much to see. And so when we take a step down the following day to tone 8, now we have larger focus, much more focus onto the last day of the pulse wave, sure. And whatever glyph is here at that time determines a large part of what the ceremony will be for, or at least how the ceremony will be conducted. Of course, a Mayan shaman can and does do ceremony every single day of the Tzolk'in. If their clients require it, if they need to do a ceremony, they are healers. They are shaman. They are doctors. They are counselors. They are midwives. They are doulas. They are death doulas. And their duties never stop. They're always a shaman. They don't take holidays. But these Tone 8 days are the most common day out of these 13 for a public ceremony. So I can guarantee you that today in Guatemala and other places in Mexico where the traditional Mayan lifestyle, culture is still very strong, there will be ceremonies today. And as I said, the rainstorm, called Kawak, is the glyph, the Nawal. Here I have for you all of the key code words for the glyph and the tone. Let's get me out of the picture. And just down here with these lovely ladies. Out of all 20 of the Mayan glyphs, the 19th, this one, is the most divinely feminine oriented. The qualities of this glyph are extremely feminine and powerful. Tough love coming through. Purification. Lightning in the blood. The cosmic community is there, the thunder being. The eye of the storm is the healthiest approach we can take to our lives these days. No matter what's going on around us, remain calm. And when you have to, throw the lightning. With tough love is a good idea. Now again, Tone 8, every 13 days is Tone 8, as I said. Here's a slightly fancier version. So the qualities of going into the energy of every 8th tonal is first quality ritual, creating compatibility. The harmonic element of Tone 8, called harmonizing, is because they want compatibility, these people born on these days, like my spiritual father, Kinishana Pakal. Where are you, Pakal? Kinishana Pakal. Tone 8 of tomorrow's glyph, which is Keen 60. Keen 60. Today is Keen 99. Kinishana Pakal, Keen 60. Tone 8 of the 20th and final glyph. So, if you know about King Pakal, you would know that he was born into war. His father was killed in a war when he was about 5, we think, and he and his mother fled. Now, his grandmother, King Pakal's grandmother, was the first queen. Oh, now it's letting me. Interesting. Sometimes Zoom will not let me go big. Well, not big, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So this is his birthday right here. His grandmother, so his father's mother, was the first queen of Palenque. All right. It's not strictly a kingship, of course. There were queens. And they were being attacked by members of the, you could call them the snake or serpent clan, who wanted to control the as much territory as they could. So King Cacao's father was killed when he was about 5. He and his mother fled Palenque as refugees. They came back, I'm guessing, around 5 years later, when things were safe somehow, and we don't know anything about that interim. And 2 years later, so when they came back, his mother became the queen of Lacamha. We should be calling this city Lacamha, place of great waters, or place of many waters. So tone 8, a large part of what we know is due to his life, all right? And nothing is by accident in this world, and especially the Mayan world, and especially using the Tzolk'in. There's every chance that he was conceived on this same day. The 260-day cycle, as you may know, is 9 months, almost exactly. 9 months, we don't really know, because a month, how long is a month? Nobody knows. Well, we do know it's anywhere from 28 days to 31 days, which seems strange, and it is strange. The moon, we do know a moon is 29.5 days, approximately. Let me go back into here and show you what the Maya worked out. What did I call that one? Perfectly. They worked out these cycles perfectly about 2,000 years ago. We're not sure exactly when they knew these things. They knew. So when you're looking at a day of 0.5, that's 12 hours, and then 0.03, I am not great at math, but I think we're talking 5, 12, 6, 20 minutes. So let's say they worked out the duration of a lunar cycle to within 20 minutes. And here, this was their calculation of a year, and I think that's to within about 10 seconds. Now, the fascinating thing here, everyone talks about the precession of the equinoxes, and they say, oh, it's 24,000. Boo-boo. No, it's not. 25,000. Boo-boo. No, it's not. 26,000. Boo-boo. No, it's not. The Maya worked it out precisely, and it happens to be 9,360,000 days, which is 36,000 of these. Isn't that nice? And it happens to be 26,000 tun, and a tun is 360 days. Now, if I go back into here, the precession, I prepared this for my workshop on Portal to Ascension, but I had to shorten it because I only had 20 minutes and I couldn't go into the full explanation. Let's make me minute again. All right, so Everything is based on one day, the keen. And the word keen means one day. And it also means each and every human being, one person, is called a keen. And our sun is keen, keen ahau. So one day, 260 of those is the Tzolk'in, which is composed of 2 cycles, 13 tones, if you will, and 20 glyphs, equaling 260 days. The tune is 360 days, 18 cycles of 20 other glyphs. And then the hab adds 5 days for 365. It's so interesting to me that the Maya worked this out incredibly precisely and completely ignored all of this part. Oh, come on in there. No, okay. They ignored the 0.241963. They never cared about that, which is amazing. And then the very famous long count, which ended almost exactly 12 years ago, 12 years minus 3 weeks ago, was exactly 1,872,000 days long, and therefore the long count. Everyone knows, oh, December 21st, 2012, but they don't really know what that means. It was precisely 7,200 of these, which is also 5,200 tune of 360 days. Now, the word Baktun was also floated around, and the long count was the end of the 13th Baktun. And yeah, that's cool. It's just another cycle that they measured. It happens to be 144,000 days long. Isn't that nice? A lot of people really like that number. And it's enfolded within here, all right? So what that means is 7,200 of these is 144,000 days. Now, did you notice that 7, 2 equals 9 and 144 equals 9? All right, when we reduce. Oh, good. You noticed. Room temperature. Delicious. Now, winter solstice, or I should say December solstice 2012, was really the end of 5 long counts. And the precession is therefore 5 times 1872, which you should also notice equals 9 when you reduce them. So 5 times 1,872,000 is 9,360,000 keen. And that is the precession of the equinoxes, which is 25,643 years plus 310 days to the day, I believe. And the Maya called the precession the Zekeb, which translates to the Pleiadian cycle. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, Kinish Hanab Pakal. So he may have been conceived on what is called Vajak Ahau. Vajak is tone 8. Ahau is this glyph. And I call that harmonizing solar chief. Now you'll notice over here the day he was 12 years old and made the king of Lakamha. Look what's the Past Wisdom Guide. If you're new to me, what these positions represent is past wisdom guide. So for his birthday, his whole life, he had tone 13, Osh Lahun Eb. And 13 is completion. It is the final day. It is according to what was beamed into me, all of the chakras. And then we go up by 1. Here, 1, 2, 3. So that's the order I always teach them. Past wisdom guide, divine feminine guide, divine masculine guide, and future vision guide. Now look at this. His future vision on the day he was born was called tone 3, which is Osh Lamat. Osh means activating. And this is star seed, I call it, for various obvious reasons. That's a little tiny seed. If my my pixels were fine enough. Some of the Maya, by the way, and by that I mean some of the English-speaking Mayan calendar shaman, call this glyph Lamat. They call it in English starseed. So I'm not the only one. And where is she? Ariel Spilsbury, with whom I've had dozens of emails. She also calls it starseed. Well, she calls it star, but harmony, starseed, beneficial combinations, way shower, octave, expanded love and perspective, star-crossed relationships, gateway to the 5th dimension. All right, so you should get this book. It's wonderful. So his future vision guide on the day he was born was activating starseed, and the day he was coronated was tone 5, which is called empowering starseed. All right, Ho Lamat. Ho is tone 5, empowering, and you should be able to tell from the color, but that's the throat chakra. All right, so let's go back to today. Make me a little smaller. So all of these qualities go into all tone 8 keen. Remember, keen means days and people. Claiming justice. Negotiator comes into creating compatibility. You need to negotiate often in our lives. Justice goes into a little bit of the lawyer energy. Claiming justice, creating compatibility, finding fairness. Those 3 phrases illustrate a lot of the energy. Regeneration. So you can also see 8 as a figure 8, meaning the infinity symbol. Weavers of time, regeneration. Now the Maya also see 8. They see 8 as 2 4s, and that's partly why this glyph is as it is. It is the 8th glyph, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 points and 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. Back to the Tzolk'in, it is the 8th glyph. So this is Keen 8, the 8th glyph, and this would be called Harmonizing Starseed. All right, Keen 888. Let's see who that is while we're meandering along here. Go into my master doc. put the navigation pane on down to 8. Where are we? That's only 4. That's 9. Oh no, that's 8. So, harmonizing star seed. Where are we? Okay. Ah, yes, Kathy Bates, Jane Goodall, and Cyndi Lauper. So, if you want to see the fancy little poster I made for that, them, us, there they are. Oh, look at Kathy. That was the best show, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. So yeah, I create these codes based on all of the key code words. So for today, Divine Feminine Resonance, Cleansing Ritual, Finding Fairness with Tough Love are some of the codes that could be generated. As you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 key code words, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my goodness. So there's 169 possible combinations of key code words to make what I call high vibration phrases. And that's even if you don't do any switching, like you could do a cleansing ritual and ritualistic cleansing, for example. So let's just say there's about 260 possible combinations of high vibration phrases for the average day. And what I do for my clients is based on their responses to these questions. And again, these questions are optional. I don't force anyone to answer them. But if they do answer these questions, it really helps me generate their codes. Every human being is different. We've all had an enormously wide variety of experiences, which is what we came here to do as holy holograms, as sacred fractals, as divine sparks of Godsciousness. We came here to experience life. And it's been pretty hard for thousands of years for most of us. We've had an enormous amount of trauma. Pretty much all of the Maya since about the year 1520 have had a lot of externalized trauma. And they were a warring culture, so they had trauma. All humans have had trauma. There's nothing, no other way to say that. We've all had trauma. And what Mayan embodiment can help everyone do is reduce the trauma. And one of the ways we do that is through looking at the type of energetic usage for each birthday is composed of two things, the tonal and nagual. I've just given you 13 light-oriented energetic potentials, and then there are 3 dark energetic potentials. Now, look at this for today, for example, and people born on Keen 99. Along with this delightful divine feminine qualities, there comes the potential for absolute fury. A person who gets very energetically charged of their own power of throwing these lightning bolts. They want other people to cower in fear. So fury is a common dark energetic pattern for these people. And then just plain old gossip, constant. And gossip and being nosy, those go together. You want to find out, you're trying to find out. And then when you find out, you go talk about that to other people. And then think about this. If the divine feminine, represents the mother of all life on earth, so Gaia herself, and then all mothers, all right? One of the worst possible things a mother can do without blasting lightning bolts is to divide up her children and give lots of energy, positive energy to some and negative energy to others. So those are the qualities that come through just from Kawak. Compare those and let's combine them even with what's likely for the 8th tonal. Crime, just basic crime, all crimes. Slander, you'll notice, is like you can see how this just makes perfect sense. And then disharmony, disruptiveness, sure, but disharmony, wrecking things for other people, right? So you can see where creating a ritual, a public ritual, the opposite energy, in a way, of Vajak, harmonizing, is disruptiveness. And so look at this combination, right? We've got slander combined with gossip and being nosy. So wow, we've got a very highly charged potential energy for today, right? Some people live with those energies all the time, and they were not born on today's Een 99. Of course, these are just potentials. And the other thing I need to point out is that every day has 5 other influences, right? So what's happening today, this exact energy pattern 6 days from now will be the divine feminine guide. And we can look at that on here. Where did that one go? All right, let's open you up over here again. Oh, see, there you were. Good. So we're Een 99. You go forward 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Een 105 is 6 days from now. And we can go have a look at that. Let's see who that is. Oh yes, Mr. Wilde. So Oscar Wilde's Divine Feminine Guide is today, all right? So it's possible that he had slanderous gossip, right? And disruptive fury. And the crime of favoritism. So of course you can combine those three in three possible ways. So there's 9 basic combinations for shadow ego dramas. All right. But let's focus back on today. I would like to look at 6 days ago. All right. So going into not that one. Now is 99 minus 6 is 93. So 6 days ago was our divine masculine guide for today. And high energy group of people, absolutely. Tone 2, as you should be able to grok from the color. And this very easy to understand diagram. Tone 2 is very connected to the sacral chakra. So that means these people have a penchant for intimacy. Tone 2 doesn't mean sex, it means intimacy. One-on-one conversations. And with all masterful speakers, they can turn their audience into the other one. And so they're having a conversation with their audience, right? So that's the divine masculine energy of today. Let me just pull up. Ooh, let's see here. Yeah, go back. Where are they all? Foresight. These are all on my website. Oh, let's just go to my website, shall we? I did have you open there, didn't I? Good. All right. So back to today, back to home. If you go check dates, it always goes to today's date. So there it is. Don't have to insert anything. This is the embodiment for today. All right. Now, if you want to see the Da Vinci Codex without all of those other influencing factors, there you are. So you can see divine masculine, divine feminine, 6 days from now. So 8 days ago was the final day of the previous pulse wave, right? Transcending monkey, woo! So that energy, past wisdom guide, went into today. And 8 days from now, activating deer is also part of today's energy. So every single day, every single keen, I have so many things open here, it's wonderful. You're going to pop back up for me, aren't you? There you are. Good. All right. So every single keen has those 4 guides, which are 6 days before and 8 days before. And it's interesting that to go back into the past, 6 days before, that's the masculine side, right? And to go into the future, 6 days ahead, that's the divine feminine and the future vision, which is why this happened to me this way. I experienced this as a 1-second blast. And it's fascinating to me, but I don't know the day that it happened. But I was meditating and I was trying to grok the system as taught by the Maya, which is a different approach. They have 2 approaches to understanding the Dzogchen. they say, find your birthday on here. And I know I'm 215, right? So there's my birthday. And they say, imagine yourself taking 6 steps back. They actually say 7. And if you take 7 steps, this is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. And that's incorrect. It is 6 steps back, because when you take 1 step, that is 1. So 6 steps back, and that's my divine masculine. And then 8 steps back is my past wisdom. Here's my divine masculine. And then they say take 6 steps forward, but then I'm over here and I'm like, okay, I gotta imagine this in your mind, right? It's just, for me, I could not do it whatsoever. Impossible. So I could never grok their system the way they teach it. The other way they teach it is called the Mayan cross, which I'll show you here. So the Mayan cross is similar to mine. Here's today, clickety click, but they arrange it like this, which I also could not grok very well. They tell you things about these using different terminology, slightly different. But if I'm standing here today, if this is my birthday, well, I'll just put in my birthday just for fun. 1968, December 27th. There's me, bird. Well, okay, fine, bird. Pretty sure it's an eagle, but in Guatemala, they do call it Quetzal. So, bird, fine. Then we've got, this is my past wisdom guide. This is my divine masculine, divine feminine, and future vision guide. So that's the other way the Maya teach it. And it's just like a somewhat handy approach to visualizing things. It's not based on reality. And by that I mean with my system, the one that was beamed into me, this is reality. The Mayan calendar is both circular and the grid form. The Maya have always pictured it that way. And so here, now we see this is reality, whereas this is not. It's scratchings on paper, basically. You cannot figure out anyone else's pattern just by seeing this one pattern, whereas by seeing this pattern, you instantly know every other pattern, every other 259 days. All it is you here, 6 back, 8 back, 6 ahead, 8 ahead. Just spin the wheel. So yeah, that happened to me coming up on 8 years ago. Ooh. Oh my goodness. And it took me a very long time to unpack the meaning. Like I said, this happened in an instant. I felt my right hand being tightly gripped. I felt my left hand being caressed. I was thinking back to my past and I was looking forward to my future. It took me almost a year to draw this. I didn't even try and draw it for a year. So, yeah, Um, and then I had to create glyphs that were representative of what I feel is the truth about this system, etc., etc. And finally, this past summer solstice, my website was born. I should say June solstice. It's winter solstice in half of the world, isn't it? So yeah, June solstice. And here we come up on December solstice, 2024, 12 years after the big day. And what I feel is happening is interest is becoming rekindled in the Mayan calendar. I think as we all can reflect on, it was, how do you say, the Mayan calendar end date of December solstice 2012 was hijacked by what I call the dork farces, the farces of dorkness. They are not evil. Nothing is evil. They injected lots of fear into the 2012 date, fear and confusion, and still some people clung to it like a little log after their boat had capsized in the waves. Oh, 2012, and then nothing happened perceptibly. So they're like, well, fuck that shit. Mayan calendar's fucked. Bullshit. Next. And 2013 rolled in, and 2014, and 2016, and 2020, and 2021, and here we are, 12 years later, and guess what? The Tzolk'in, is probably more relevant now. Now that you know the interconnections, now that you know that the Tzolk'in is a DNA, and I reduced that one already. No, I didn't. Yay. All right. The Tzolk'in is a fractal of human DNA and the precession of the equinoxes. All right. The Tzolk'in was not developed in the jungles of Mexico. It was brought there. Okay. 8 for men and 4 women. Pleiadians, you could call them, because they came from the Pleiades before they came here. But guess what? They were not Pleiadians. If you want the full story, it's on my YouTube channel. All right. Retreat from the physical world to follow a higher calling. Could be a spiritual, humanitarian, creative, or other pursuit. There are many videos here that will help you understand this, but let's just watch this one, shall we?
We tell you stories from which you can evolve. You can choose whether to believe them or not. However, if you believe them, be willing to let go of them and recognize when they no longer serve you. Our entire approach and purpose at this point in time is to confound you into clarity and create unsolvable contradictions within the patterns of thought that occupy the cells of your beings. By considering our words, you change. The days before you will be filled with a majestic splendor, in the same way that your physical world once offered pristine beauty for you to explore. You are creating an opportunity to transcend third-dimensional reality and to enter the corridors of time where worlds and realities have more variety and flexibility. Your task is to heal yourselves on a treasure hunt through the corridors of time. We have shared many keys with you and left as many unannounced. You must transform yourselves as the sum total of the force of existence, poised in your moment of the ever-expanding now. Everything we have shared with you has been designed to take you deeper into yourselves. You have viewed the beliefs and ideas around which the self is structured, by choice, by overt and covert influence on earth and from the heavens. What does it matter? Do not begrudge reality. You have created an opportunity now. You are poised at this ending to give thanks for what you know and what you have journeyed into. You may ask yourself, what is the point of what I know? What good does it do me to know that I am a member of the family of light, that perhaps I am Pleiadian, that Earth is valuable, that I am valuable, and that if I walk Earth and search Earth, I can find her secrets in her unbounded majesty, her sacred sites, and her symphonies of silently speaking circles? What do I need to know about the Lizzies and the goddess and my body? And how is it that my body can have room within it to have others merge with me and peek out from my eyes? And if others merge with me, do they see the same world I do? Or is it through their merging with my being that other worlds emerge, and that I myself emerge into those other worlds? What is possession? What is merging and emerging in late 20th century Earth? What do my glands have to do with this in my body? And where does sex take me through all of this? Now, as you ponder these points, we in turn ask you, what great depths of surprise are you discovering as you learn to open your personal sacred sites to the secrets of your own loops of consciousness? What do you find when you meet brick walls and get to know the deepest mysteries of yourself? If you can learn to transform energy and move beyond judgment, you will come to an exalted place that takes you beyond the moment into a grander aspect of time, a time that is structured in a different fashion from yours. Keep yourselves in the ever-expanding opportunity that the goddesses and the gods and all the versions of yourselves are funneling your way. It would be wise for all of you to seek the wisdom of the elders, the indigenous peoples in all cultures, and to listen to the teachings they share. They speak of these times, and their teachers have been our teachers. They understand as Earth speaks. We salute you for the courage to kindle the flame of faith as the spark of life in the core of your beings, and to pioneer the frontier to blissful living where meaning and purpose thrive. See that flame grow and allow it to serve as the fuel for a safe and unique adventure into the grand arenas of experience. Inspire yourselves to move further into the moment by letting go of old discoveries and trust to the core of your beings that a new cycle of learning awaits. Go forward, friends, and be uplifted. Learn in your own way to go into the past through the ever-expanding, spontaneous, synchronistic moment. A new cycle of existence awaits you. Use the tools of thought to guide yourselves on the new superhighway of consciousness. No technology will ever surpass the magnificence of your own biological spiritual beings. The keys of consciousness for living through these tumultuous times on Earth have been given to you to the best of our ability and yours at this time. May you grow in wisdom and flourish. Your invisible friends and colleagues in the unknown, the Pleiadians.
So yeah, I have quite a few videos there for you. Now, in one of them, it outlines everything that Barbara Marciniak told us about the Maya, who she said came to the Pleiades for a while. The Maya taught the Pleiadians, some of them, and here's where we have to make a very clear distinction. We have no idea how many life-giving planets there are in the Pleiadian star system. We know there's 7 main stars that most people refer to as planets. They say, oh, I'm from Alcyone. Well, that's a star. So no, you're not. You're from one of the planets that revolve around Alcyone, or whatever pronunciation you want to give it. But, oh boy, there's so much in here. Really, I'm just going to say, okay, I'll read a little bit. This is page 19. Expand your concept of existence and imagine this. For an occupation, game masters orchestrate realities and then insert these realities as life forms onto different planets. Nice job. Nice work if you can get it. Game masters are brilliant. Not only do they conceive of the game and create the entire blueprint for the civilization to flourish in, they seed themselves into the civilization as well. That's what the Maya did. Those 4 men and 4 women, they were Mayan, intergalactic multidimensional Mayan, who did the same thing on one of, or more than one of the Pleiadian planets, possibly the one of the ones surrounding the sun, revolving around the sun, called Maya, perhaps? I'm getting the feeling. The Maya, who lived at one time in Mexico and Central America, were masters at doing this. So instantly, the Pleiadians, channeled through Barbara Marciniak, are saying that the Maya are game masters who seed themselves into cultures on planets. They were skilled at confounding realities and moving from system to system. Their world was in the Pleiades, and yet they certainly did not reside there. They had their own world. Today, the Maya are on assignment everywhere. The word Maya refers to the illusion of reality. The Maya were so advanced as keepers of time that they literally were able to create realities to steer future seekers toward or away from discovering their true identity. This book is 30 years old this year. published in 1994. Where are you? There it is. Here it comes. Ready? Look closely. Yay. So this information has been out there for a long time. A lot of people are just picking up on it recently or resurging back into it after 2012. Now, what do I want to tell you? Okay, so back to today. I always tell my clients and people who follow my page, go away, the exemplars on the day. And here they are for today. I'm too big. Get out of my way. Unless you know the history of psychedelics, the name Dr. Albert Hofmann means nothing to you. But he is the man who discovered LSD. Let's take a look in here. Oh, look at that. I spelled his name wrong. I'm going to fix that. Good. Hofmann. Okay, so 11 January 1906. Let's go over. Oh, let's try that here. Sure. 1906, 11 of January. So 01, 11, create. Oh, look, there it is. It's a little more easy to grok over here. Just for fun, we'll put it in. 1908. 01, 11, submit. Actually, I'm going to put in the 10th because it goes to the same day as today. So let's see if he was born on the 10th of January, 1908. We get yesterday. Okay, wait a second. What? What year was he born? 06. Good, good. Okay, I was looking at that. Okay. 06. Right, we put the 10th. Okay, good. Just brain farting away here. So, Dr. Hofmann, and let's go ahead with Lenny Kravitz. Just double checking here. Hofmann. Yesterday I was searching and online he has never done LSD. Who knows about real life, but online? No. May 26, 64. So look at this. This man is incredibly fit and healthy. Let's look for a picture recently. 2024. Let's look for a recent picture, shall we? Incredibly fit and healthy. There he is. Okay. Classic. I do believe he's a vegan, basically. He grows his own food, organics, on his farm, which also I learned yesterday. And we do need to check the birthday. May 26, 64. So I'll put 1964. 05, and I'll put 25, and that'll come up yesterday. All right, change it to 26. And there's today. So, did I spell his name right? Yes, I did. Great. Leonard. Dr. Hofmann, you should do your own research, but wow, you know, he lived until he was 102. And I'm not sure how many times he did LSD, but I think it was quite a lot. He, after discovering it, he realized the potential it had, which is amazing because a lot of people would have ran away screaming and burned the formula, right? So obviously the right person discovered it. So what I'm going to do now is stop sharing all of this. And what I am going to do is my new favorite pastime. I'm going to do a tarot throw. And I'm not using Who Are You for Dr. Hofmann. I am going to use my classic 5-card spread. And I say classic because it's the first one that came to me. I designed this many years ago. And it, you know, as it says, it defines an issue, a person, or relationship. You can use this for, you know, what is my relationship from me and my whomever. You can define it. It's a very good, very basic 5-card spread. And so, as you can imagine, what I'm going to do now is using the question. Using the question. What does LSD represent for humanity? Now I have to do another little ceremony here. I will light the central candle again, which is my core self. By lighting this candle, I'm entering a new ceremony. By burning this sacred sage, I'm giving thanks to Mother Nature, to Goddess Sophia Gaia, and to all of the glyphs and tones of the divine Mayan Zolkin calendar and all of the deities of the Mayan pantheon. By using this sacred eagle feather, I am cleansing myself, and I am cleansing my cards. I am cleansing the cloth on which I throw the cards. And I am asking for the visionary perspective of the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya to help us understand what is LSD to humanity. All right, so I'm starting from 0, obviously. I always keep this Lemurian quartz crystal with my cards. Keep my cards wrapped in silk. Now I will tie that silk on my head. All right, my cards are always arranged in earth, air, water, fire, and then the major arcana. So now I am shuffling the cards with the perspective of the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya, asking the question, what does LSD represent to humanity? All right, now I am cutting for reversals. I always cut for reversals. We love reversals. I always use my left hand for all cutting. All right, very deep in the deck. Let's see how many cards would like to be reversed today. Okay, not so many. I'm guessing that's about 20 cards. There they go, reversed. And we do a general shuffle, and then 2 more classic dealer shuffles. I always do this with my eyes closed. I don't know why. General shuffle. Tuning in. What is LSD to humanity? What does it represent? Those 5 questions will get all of the details we need, so I don't need to be more specific in my question. What is LSD to humanity? Now, I am drawing, you can see here just fine, good. All right, now I'm drawing the best move, or best case scenario. Now something hidden or blocked or confused. And now we're drawing the worst case scenario card. The wrong move. And now, what is the spiritual implication of LSD for humanity? All right. Oh boy. Oh, okay, here we go. So, the significator. As you may know, one of the most famous experiments ever done was by Dr. Timothy Leary and Dr. Richard Alpert, who became Ram Dass, and the experiment was called the Good Friday experiment, wherein they did a double-blind study. So they had, I'm not sure the specifics, you'll have to look it up. It might have been 20 university graduate students. And this was in a religious studies degree program, I believe. They gave half of them LSD and half of them nothing. And they monitored them all. And every single one of the students who got LSD had a religious, spiritual experience. Now, I'm going to go into my favorite website, Building Beautiful Souls. Go into the major arcana. And go into the Hierophant, which is the 5th, but actually the 6th card. Big business. Tradition, interesting, and spirituality. All right, let's see what we get. A few things here. Religious doctrine as a path to spiritual progress. All right, I don't really need to go much further than that. Devoting yourself to a religious teaching. Oh my goodness. Upright. Inner mysteries. All right. All of the ace cards are a divine hand coming out of the clouds. It often represents money, but it really represents the physical body and also the 3D realm. Let's go take a look. Come on. Just hit me. Prosperity, interesting. Divine gifts, I'm focusing on the divine gifts. New beginnings, promise of success in all matters relating to material existence. All right, so this is very much immaterial, physical, it's DNA. How the success is gained, like a seed containing all the information it needs to grow into a beautiful flower. Fertile crop or fruit-bearing tree, the Ace of Pentacles card outlines the basic principles for a happy and successful life. Upright meanings. A gift and an opportunity. All right, that's enough. Holy cow. Okay, wow. Now the hidden, blocked, or confused energies. Whoa, interesting. Okay. Basically here we have an older brother giving his younger sister, basically, could be husband, wife, but you can see how youthful they are. He's giving her, these are the cups, even though there's flowers in it again, which is relating to what we just learned about the Ace of Pentacles. It's a seed, a flowering seed. He's giving it to her. So the suit of cups represents emotions. So hidden, blocked, or confused. Interesting. Let's go take a look. Suit of Cups, the 6. Reunion, reminiscing. Memories can be a treasure trove of joy and valuable lessons. Pure and innocent pleasure. So again, I need to say that this spread here represents an energy block or confusion. So the innocent pleasure is blocked or confused with regards to LSD. If you can avoid getting stuck in the past, your memories can be a treasure trove of inspiration, bridge between the past and future. Joy allows the energies to flow freely. True to the law of attraction, reminiscing about past joys can open doors for new ones coming your way. So, oh, I didn't share that. All right, I'll just take a very quick share for you. All right, I was just reading this. Memories, treasure trove of joy, pure and innocent pleasure. Forgot to share, and then I read that reminiscing over better times can be a refreshing break from the demands of now. No, I didn't. Okay, good. What have you learned from your sojourn? Okay, again, when I do these online here, it's meant to take a quick look. I don't examine things very deeply. But if I do this for you as a client, we will examine everything we can, and then I will prepare a document for you based on these books and some other books that I have, including this website. So we're getting very thorough here, okay? Now, this is the card of the most drama. Wrong move. What do we got? Yeah, reversal. Oh, more pentacles. What the heck? Unbelievable. Okay, so, all right. Here you have the man has planted his crops, but he's impatiently staring at them. All right. Waiting, waiting, waiting. In the wrong move reversed. All right, I'm just going to go right in to BBS, go back 1. And, oh yeah, we're in the cups. So let's go over to Pentacles, down to 7. Lack of vision. All right, so there it is. The wrong move is a lack of vision. Are you with me? Are you with me? Remember what the lesson presented by the 7 Pentacles, work smarter, not harder. When reversed, this card warns you that you have been pushing yourself too hard for too long. If you don't take some time to recharge your batteries, the universe may decide to pull the brakes for you. The energy expressed Saturn and Taurus, okay. Alexander the Great, drive and ambition made it possible to conquer one nation after another. Okay. The continuous draw on your energies is affecting how you perceive your situations and those around you. Certainly. All right. I'm just going to say, take some time to recover. Life is full of second chances. All right, so I'm going to say that, again, the physical is here. So a wrong move is doing LSD when you're very physically tired, which also means mentally tired. So here we need to talk about set and setting, and I will do so after I pull the spiritual implication card. So interesting that our only reversal so far is in the wrong move category. Okay. Here is, according to the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya, the spiritual implication of LSD. Wow. Huh. All right. We have the suit of wands, which represents fire, but this is not a particularly fiery card at all. In his hand, what is that? I believe he's got the whole world in his hand. And he's possibly a ruler, a king of some kind, perhaps. And what's down there in the corner? Oh my goodness, I need a bunch more information on this. Wow. Let's go into BBS. The Two of Wands. What the heck? Earth, air, water, fire. 2. Future planning, balancing act. All right. Your insights and accomplishments have prepared you to take some bold but calculated risks. Okay, so LSD came along exactly when we were ready. We were prepared. We had prepared ourselves. It was not possible to be synthesized until we were ready. You know, you've already come a long way when you see the Two of Wands. So let's say either 200,000 years of evolution or just 20,000. The cross, okay, the cross on the left battlement, balancing the lilies and the roses, is an important clue. Yes, it is. I'm just going to go back to this for you and I will read. Okay. The cross on the left battlement, balancing the lilies and roses, is an important clue. The lilies symbolize the need to be free from desire. Your success has already accomplished that. But the roses show an insatiable hunger for knowledge and experience. Dude. Wow. You're longing to explore the world to find out just how big it really is. I will share again just to show you some of this, but you should be going to this website yourself. The Two of Wands is a card of accomplishment, opportunity, and risk. All right. Okay. The good news is you have what it takes. Even better, others are taking notice, and some excellent opportunities are coming your way. To move forward, it's important that you have done your homework and are willing to go the distance. Remember, it takes at least 10 years to become an overnight sensation. Interesting, I like it. Okay, I'm leaving that. I'm going to take a picture and put that in the spliced video. Now, as I mentioned, we need to talk a little bit about set and setting. Okay? Put my fancy pants light back over here so you can see every wrinkle in my face. There's a long history long history. Do I have that book here? I was just going to pull it out and talk about the history. One of the very best phrases to help prepare is set and setting. And that consists of two things. Set is your mindset, how you feel. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling recently? How do you feel about your life? How do you feel about your job? Let's bring in the chakras. Do you feel safe? Do you have any intimacy in your life? How is your power between other people going? Do you have love? Can you speak your truth? Do you have some kind of connection to your inner vision or spirituality? And then crown chakra, right? That's above and beyond. And so just focus on the lower three, and the fourth, sure. Bring the heart into it. Your mindset, how you are feeling, is half of the formula. Setting is the other half. Setting is where you are. That means the people you are with. That means where you are physically, the room. That means the music. That means the smells. That means what did you eat recently, or what is available for the next, let's just say, 8 hours. If you do go on a journey, I'm going to give you a little hint for music. This is my Bandcamp page, and I suggest that you put this on. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 hours just starts like this. And it's there for you for free. Of course, you can buy it. I think my Wi-Fi is suffering right now. But again, that's my name at Bandcamp. This is 5.5 hours. That will help you. Promise. Is my sound up? Yes, it is. Okay. It's amazing that Zoom is still working, but the Wi-Fi is struggling. Any music is fine, but I would say the least amount of lyrics, the better. The least amount of beats, the better. Ambient music and happy ambient music. Unless you don't want a happy trip, and then you can create whatever you want with whatever kind of music you want. And you still may not have the exact trip that you create externally, because LSD is multidimensional. The phrase bad trip meant people who didn't take care of set and setting. If you don't take care of these, you can end up having a bad trip. A bad trip is one thing: resistance. If you go into, let's say, something that's going to take 6 hours minimum, 6 or 8 hours. So let's say you go into work. Your day at work starts. Oh, good. There's the first sound from my album. All right. If you start feeling resistance and then fear, let's say 10:30 in the morning, your job starts at 9, and by 10:30 you're like, well, what do you think is going to happen to you for the rest of the day, right? Let's pretend there's no lunch break where you can escape your work. You got to be in there for 8 hours, right? That's all a bad trip is. There's basically no such thing as bad acid. There is only LSD or something else. You can't even come close. So the myth about bad acid is not true. Biochemically, you cannot make it. You either make it or you don't. And then if you don't make it, it's not going to have, it's nothing. It will have no effect on the human body whatsoever, okay? There's no such thing as bad acid. There are maleficent drug dealers who could sell things that are not what they say they are. But basically, honestly, if you've taken care of your set and setting, see that right there is actually 50% of the experience. The other 50% is the substance itself. Is it pure, and how much of it? You should be doing this research on your own. If you want to ask me questions, by all means, email me. And by the way, this satsang will continue. I will do many more of these. And in a traditional satsang, there's the lecture, the talk, and then the Q&A. So what I want is your questions. And they can be about anything. My perspective on life is through the lens of the divine Mayan Zolkin. And for me, I've also included things like this and this and this and this and this. I have, oh, and also the law of one, of course. I have no limits on questions that come to me. You can ask me anything. My heart is open to all of humanity and all of creation. So I think if you believe the information that came through my tarot throw, you know, my mentor, Ram Dass, was told by his guru, Maharaji, there they are, and Maharaji was the embodiment of Hanuman. And his Mayan birthday is one of the monkeys. I forget. Manifesting monkey. It's funny. There's two possible birthdays of his, and both are monkeys. There are no mistakes. The stories. Ram Dass, when he was still Richard Alpert, gave 3 double doses. So 3 times 250. So 750 mics. And Maharaji gobbled them and nothing happened externally. He just had no changes for that whole day. Ram Dass stayed near him, beside him the whole time. Nothing happened. And he went back to America and he was like, did that really happen? No way, I don't believe it. So the next time he went back to India, Maharaji could tell he had doubts. So he asked him, did you give me LSD last time? And Ram Dass was like, oh, I think so. And he said, well, I'm not sure, so do it again. So he gave him 4, which is 1,300 mics. I think they were compressed 250s. So just 1,000 micrograms, and nothing happened because Maharaji is a fully self-actualized being, living possibly even in his 8th chakra. And all of the bells and whistles. Now, what he did say to Ram Dass was, this medicine was used in the ancient past, and it is useful. It can bring you up, but then you will come down. So he said, you know, it's better just to get there on your own and stay there. Now, how many humans have done that? Not that many, right? Right. Another phrase I believe he used was, LSD is like window shopping. You can look in and see and go, wow, but you're not actually in the store. But I personally love window shopping sometimes. I do believe that goes as far as trying things on, even if you know you're not going to buy things. So yeah, I am not advocating the use, and I am not advocating the use. In fact, if you pay attention, then the multidimensional intergalactic Maya seem to be saying there's wonderful potential, spiritual potential. All right, I'm going to close the ceremony now. By lighting this sacred sage, I am giving thanks to Mother Nature, to Goddess Sophia Gaia, and all of the Mayan Nagual and Tonal, and all of the Mayan deities, including the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya. I am cleansing myself of any negative or residual energies from this tarot throw. I am cleansing you of any residual or negative energies from this whole video. Deep, deep, deep thanks to the Intergalactic Multidimensional Maya. Een Lak'esh, Namaste.